when the storms rage long into the night, with our hope washed in the tide. When the nations rage and kingdoms fall, and our enemies abound, when death is knocking at the door, there is chaos all around. You speak perfect peace, perfect peace. Those who trust in you will find perfect peace, perfect peace, perfect peace. Those who trust in you will find perfect peace. In this world you will walk through the fire, in the trials they will come. But take heart, I've overcome this world, and I leave with you my peace. You speak perfect peace, perfect peace. Those who trust in you will find perfect peace, perfect peace, perfect peace. Those who trust in you will find perfect peace. Those who trust in you will find perfect peace. Those who trust in you will find perfect peace. Well, thanks for making it this far in the video. It's my new song, Perfect Peace, released just a few weeks ago, and it's actually been written for a few years. I've been singing this song, so when I've played it live at concerts and had people sing along, or if I've led it here in worship at my church, just some different tips and tricks I've learned as I've done that on acoustic guitar, and so wanted to record this tutorial. Maybe it can be helpful for you in your ministry and worship leader, in your worship leader position. So this song is called Perfect Peace, and that's what I want to communicate through the arrangement of this one. I think we did a good job communicating that on the recording. It's maybe a little bit more singer-songwritery style on the studio recording. So I approach it a little bit different for congregational worship. And so that the intro there, that part we play. Also, we recorded this song in E flat, I think. I usually lead it in D, capo 2, in a C shape. And so when I'm saying C and D and G and all these chords, I mean those chords and the shape I'm playing. It's not the actual chords I'm playing. But you can take your capo off. You can play this one in a D shape, just as easy, and sometimes I do that. But I prefer to play in a C shape. I never play bar chords. And playing in a C shape just kind of opens up cool sounds on the acoustic guitar. So when I'm playing my C, I always add the G in there when I play my C. So just a very full chord as opposed to this, which still sounds good. You can play that too. My F, I never play a bar chord. You probably saw it as I was playing. When I do go to the F, I keep my hands in the C shape, reach my thumb over, and move my index finger down to the B string. That's just a really cool sounding F. Having that E in there too, or whatever note it is. I never play bar chords. My G too, it's not a traditional G in this shape. Again, if I start at my C chord here, that's my G. It's as simple as that. Keeping my fingers basically where they are. I sustain my G a lot. And this positioning kind of sets me up just for a lot of sustain stuff. That's a lot easier. This is your traditional G. And if you're starting out or maybe intermediate, you might play that G, and that's fine. But I really like this shape, and it works for pretty much everything I do, leading wise and singer-songwriter wise. So that's the shape I'm playing in, and kind of the chord voicings I'm using. But approaching this song, we'll break it down just a little bit. Your intro part, whole band's in. And there's a little transition note right here. Add that little E in over the C. Acoustic guitar, you don't have to play that. I let the bass and the piano kind of handle a lot more of those transition notes. Just the other day, I was talking to my band, and they were asking me if I wasn't playing certain chords, and I was like, well, yes, but it doesn't sound bad. In fact, nobody's gonna know that I'm not playing those chords. So a lot of times I'll skip that, just let the piano and bass do it. But you can also add it in, and I do add it in, especially if I'm playing solo, just because it kind of goes through that progression there pretty well. Verse 1, left those chords nice and open. In a world where pain and sorrow rule. I want to let the song dictate how I'm approaching my arranging on a Sunday morning or for a band. And so in verse 1, we're singing about in a world where pain and sorrow rule, and the darkness hides the light. That's not a very exciting thing to sing about. It's a very real and honest thing to sing about. And I want to leave space in the mix for you to feel some of that. So, in a world where pain and sorrow rule, feel the sadness, feel the darkness, and let that dictate how you play your instrument. Verse 2, we're building up just a little bit, but still not much, because we're still singing about hard things. When the nations rage and kingdoms fall, and our enemies abound. And also another thing here, that little transition chord, just letting that C ring actually kind of helps you feel a little bit of what you're singing. It just letting it ring until you go to the F. In a world where pain and sorrow rule. See how much space that adds, as opposed to in a world where pain and sorrow rule. That sounds fine, but I just think kind of leaving that C open just creates a lot of space for you to feel what you're singing. So verse 1, verse 2, let me go to the chorus. And oftentimes I explain the way we play this is like a cliffhanger. So we're building up a little bit on verse 2, and then when we get to the chorus, we completely drop off. It's like a cliffhanger. My band thinks, in my worship band, they always chuckle when I say that, but it's how I approach the song. So you finish verse 2, there's chaos all around. You play a little turnaround here. Perfect peace. Those who trust in you will find perfect peace. The same principle that applies to verse 1 and 2 applies here. Feel the peace of Christ. I don't know about you, but when I am singing on Sunday mornings and there's an a cappella part of the song, and it's a song everybody knows really well, and they're singing so loud, you can tangibly feel the peace of Christ in those moments. Of a song like It Is Well. you're singing the last chorus of that a cappella, and man, there's not a dry eye in the building. It's so, you feel the peace of Christ. And so that's what I want to do on chorus 1, feel that peace. In major contrast to darkness, sorrow, the nation's raging, but here's perfect peace. So feel that in your arrangements. Can't remember what I was going to say. But that's chorus 1, and we repeat the chorus right back to back, and I just add a little bit. So I go from leaving those chords open to kind of adding some eighth notes in, just to build the song. And I'll have the drums play quarter notes on the kick, the bass slides in, just kind of building that up a little bit. Perfect peace, those who trust in you will find perfect peace. And then verse 3. Verse 3 is pretty cool for a few reasons. In our recording, we kind of just did an instrumental pause, so it goes like this. In this world you will walk through the fire, in the trials they will come. This verse is Jesus leaving us with his peace. However, on this verse is some alternate lyrics that my friends wrote. They recorded it for their project called The Resting Place, with Jeremy Costella producing that project. And their goal was to make all the songs on this project as congregational as possible. And so they changed it to the first person, I think, some person, that fits the first and second verse. So it's still from the perspective of the congregation. And I've actually adopted this when I'm leading it on Sunday mornings as well. And so the alternate verse goes like this. In this world we will, my voice, walk through the fire. In the trials will not cease. But we take heart, you've overcome this world. Jesus, fill us with your peace. You speak perfect peace. And then the chorus. But I love that, and I use that when I lead this song congregationally, because I think it's very appropriate as we're singing as a congregation. And they keep it very soft through that verse, and then they're building up on we take heart. You've overcome this world. Jesus, fill us with your peace. The band's coming back in. It's full of energy at that point, and then it goes to the last two choruses. And those last two choruses, perfect peace, a lot of energy. Perfect peace, those who trust in you will find perfect peace. And then it repeats. And one thing on acoustic guitar, if I'm playing solo, my guitar is the only percussive instrument, right? And so I'm playing kind of accented strumming pattern, as if I'm like the snare too. So I would go perfect peace, those who trust in you. So I'm kind of accenting the 2 and 4 there. But if I'm playing with a band, I don't want to get in the way of the drums, and so I'll leave it not accented. So I'll go perfect peace, those who trust in you will find perfect peace. So there's still a lot of energy coming from the acoustic guitar, but it's found its lane, right? It's not getting in the way of the drums. And so, the last two choruses carry this one out. It repeats a few times. And then when I'm singing this congregationally, I always do an a cappella chorus, or even 2 at the end, because it's such a simple melody, and by this point, everybody's caught on. And so you go, and you play that turnaround, and then you just leave it open. Perfect peace, perfect peace, and everybody's singing so loud, and it really is beautiful. You feel the peace of Christ in those moments. And so, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. That means a lot to me. That's how I approach leading Perfect Peace from an acoustic guitar standpoint. I do have some resources you can use for this song. If you go to SethJerniganMusic.com/Perfect Peace, you can find chord sheets, lead sheets. This video will be there as well. If there's any other resources I can provide for you, any questions you might have, reach out on my website. Be happy to answer your questions and talk to you a little bit more about this song. But I hope this is useful for you. I hope Perfect Peace can be useful for you or your congregations. And yeah, thanks for watching.